Welcome back, everybody. And with me is Peggy Kane. And we're just going to jump right back into where we left off. We were playing some clips of Prophet Yahweh and what he was saying in reverse speech. And I want you to replay the one that you were playing before break, because that might not have gone through. The music was coming on, and people might not have heard it.
Okay. This last one, the one I played just before the break, was, you believe, you be toast. This next one is very interesting, because I think this is how they're going to use some kind of a sound frequency, I believe, in order to kind of knock people out or dumb them down. It's probably what they use when they abduct people, and when they use this tone, they'll sort of be like in a state of hypnosis or something.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a bit.
Yeah, because he says, you're quiet, they rang the tone. And I think that's when they finally do land. And I think that's how they're going to then just take people aboard, because they will be in this knockdown state.
Yeah, there's some kind of thing I keep seeing in the Bible codes, and the word chemical is all over it.
Okay.
And it puts people into some kind of a trance, some kind of hypnosis.
Well, I've listened to abduction tapes from people who let their tape recorders run in their bedroom while they're being abducted, and they're voice activated, and there's always technological sounds, pinging sounds and whirring. I mean, they use a lot of technology when they're abducting somebody.
And is this an alien abduction or a military abduction? Alien?
I think it's alien. I think probably both. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, this one man who's an abductee lived in my guest house for 4 months, and he had abductions every night, and I would get them on the recorder, and I would talk to them and yell at them. And
yeah, because our military has the same technology, and so when I talk to abductees, I get mostly that they were abducted by the military. I haven't yet really talked to anybody that said they were abducted by aliens.
Well, no, this man is, because he tends to wake up a lot during the process, but then they use some kind of device to shut him down again. But he has seen a reptilian. He saw an 8-foot reptilian in there standing in front of him. So which was very, very freaky. But he says they usually come in their human form.
Yeah, they can shapeshift into humans.
Yeah,
they're annex.
He says they look human, and but then he's heard. I mean, I've got clips of his where you can hear the different squeaking sounds. He believes that these are the Greys. I believe that the Greys are clones of these guys, and actually one of them told me that, because he said, we make them. They're cloned.
Yeah, well, they're manufactured bodies, because demons don't have bodies. Demons are the spirits of the dead Nephilim.
Oh, okay.
The hybrids that died, the half human, half aliens.
I didn't know exactly what that was.
Yeah, and so what they are is they're demons, and they don't have physical bodies. And so what they do with these Greys is manufacture these bodies for Greys, and the demons inhabit these bodies, so they have a body to work in.
Oh, okay.
And what they are is they are slaves to the taller Greys, to the reptilians, to the Mothmen, and the Draconians. All 4 of those groups are all in the same alien faction.
Oh, well, yeah. The ones that have talked to me usually have said, they don't call themselves reptilian. They just call themselves alien. And then they'll say, I'm an alien inside of a human. And one of them said, I live inside of a Chinese man. Now, I don't know how he got back and forth, and, I didn't get into all the details. They've been very forthcoming with me, very chatty. I always have to reverse what they say because they usually lie, if their mouths are moving, which I can't see. They're lying. But they have given me, on and off, I've gotten information from them, but I, just as soon not get it from them. I'd rather get it from reverse speech things.
Well, what I have found out is that there's really some kind of nothing to do with time or distance in the spirit realm. Because when something happens, within seconds, they all know. Like when I decided to go into reverse technology over the weekend, they all knew. I mean, there was just like a massive upheaval in the spiritual realm. I was being attacked. They were angry. They all knew I was going to go into IRS. And they're saying, we're going to stop you.
Well, they're going to try to manipulate it, and they already have some people out doing reverse speech who are manipulating it. And because I've reversed them.
Yeah, well, you know what? I do that. People do that with the codes. I don't know how many people have bought the Bible code programs just to try to discredit my codes. And I've never heard from them again.
Yeah, well, these, I know that they're worried about reverse speech because it is powerful. I think they have not been able to manipulate it too much yet, although they're working on that. And I think at some point it may be rendered useless if they get good enough at it, and they can really get into your computer and mess with it. But right now, even though I don't leave, if I download a file, I listen immediately. I do not leave it I don't leave it without listening to it, because if I come back later in the day, I don't know if it's still been
They've gotten to it. They contaminate it.
So I have to always, if they don't seem to be able to mess with anything while it's in the recorder, but once it's in the computer, they can definitely.
No, because they have internet access. I mean, they're on the internet.
Well,
they control. We got the internet from their technology. They have. You always hear about the Windows backdoor access to our computers.
Right.
They have the same thing.
Yeah.
And they just sit up in space in these UFOs, and they have internet access. People think it's funny, but I'm telling you, it's true. It sounds crazy, but it's true.
I know. I believe you. Just to get back to this UFO agenda, because what got me so concerned about the Prophet Yahweh and the calling into the ships was things that I had heard within the last few months from reversing other people's speech, and I was hearing that there was an event coming. Now, this I know this ties into some extent with your findings, and maybe there's some differences, but I had heard that there was an event coming which would force this whole elite Illuminati reptilian group to have to get off the planet. I've heard this from the Bush, Rumsfeld, Cheney gang. I've heard it from different people that they have got to get off the planet. This is, in my opinion, from what I've heard, this is why we got the 9/11 and the war in Iraq. They needed, for some reason, they've got this ship hidden in that area of the world, and they need to clear it out.